Namaste and welcome to Devi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and I'm glad that you're joining us for day 5 of Navaratri. Today we're going to be honoring Ma Skandamata. Before we begin, I'd just like to say that I want to thank everybody for your flexibility for our noon pujas during the weekend. We'll be resuming 7 o'clock pujas tomorrow on Monday. So thus far, and something I'd really like to point out is when we have series of goddesses, whether it's the 10 Mahavidyas or the 8 mothers, there's a particular pattern that illustrates either a story or the level or levels of spiritual initiation. And this is quite true of the 9 Durgas as well. So we began with Ma Shailaputri, who is the daughter of the mountains, very much Ma Durga as a young girl. Brahmacharini, the mother of devotion and penance, really the prospective bride of Shiva in waiting. Chandrakanta, the destroyer of demons. We see Durga in wedding attire. And then yesterday, Kushmanda, the goddess of the cosmic egg. This is really the Divine Mother who has just been impregnated. So our 5th goddess, Skandamata, is the Divine Mother Durga who has now given birth, and specifically to the warrior god Skanda. And I'd like to give a little background to that particular story. So yesterday, our story was of the story of Sati, who is the original form of Parvati, the Divine Mother. She is the daughter of the sage Daksha. She and Shiva are not invited to his fire ceremony. She assumes the form of the Dark Mother Kali, comes to this fire ceremony, attacks her father Skanda, and then throws herself upon the fire. Shiva then takes the half-burned body from the fire, is going about the world in a state of mourning, and then Vishnu throws a discus, hits the body of Sati. Different body parts fall in different parts of the world, and each area where a body part fell is called a Shaktipita. It is a special pilgrimage place for worshippers of the Divine Mother. And then Sati will be reborn in the form of Parvati. Now, in between this time where Sati dies and Parvati is born, and namaste to Kim, by the way, there's an additional story. And that is, there is this demon called Taraka. And Taraka roughly translates to arrogance. And this is a demon who undergoes literally thousands of years of austerities. This becomes noticed by the creator god, Lord Brahma, who gives him a boon. And he says, the boon I want is that I can only be killed by a son of Shiva. And then Taraka proceeds to go forth, throw all the gods out of heaven, and demand everybody's devotion and sacrifice. So the gods come together. They call upon the Divine Mother to be born again so that a son of Shiva can be born to kill this horrible demon. And so the result is Lord Skanda, who has, I don't know, you probably won't be able to see it as well in this photo, but he has 6 faces. And we see that she is seated upon a lion like the 2 previous forms. She's holding 2 lotuses, associated again of wisdom and purity. She's holding her son Skanda, who will destroy the demon Taraka. So she's displaying the mudra of dispelling fear. And Skanda himself is holding the bow and arrow of meditative concentration. I'd also like to point out the asana, or the manner in which Skandamata is seated. We see this position a lot in devotional statuary, and it's a pose related to victory, victory over ignorance, and victory over our inner demons. So Jema Skandamata. Just to read a little bit more about her. Skandamata is the mother of Skanda, also known as Lord Kartikeya, who was chosen by the gods as their commander-in-chief in the war against the demons, especially this demon Taraka. And she is worshipped on the 5th day of Navaratri. Emphasizing her pure divine nature, she is holding lotuses in 2 of her arms. Typically, she is 4-armed. She's holding the infant Skanda in her right upper arm, in her right upper arm, and she grants blessings to the faithful and holds a second lotus, so 2 lotuses again. So let's go ahead and begin our puja and meditation. We'll be sharing an additional story of the Divine Mother during our meditation. So I invite you to find that comfortable seated upright position. Again, it can be on your mat, on a cushion, in a straight back chair. I invite you to roll your shoulders back to open the chest and straighten the back, and close your eyes and begin breathing deeply. Focusing your mind on this present moment. Letting go of those distractions so that we can fully immerse ourselves into this meditative experience. Feeling the Divine Mother's presence. And in this particular puja, there's somebody I'd like to remember. Shirley Stone, the mother of my friend and guru Nafia, who passed away recently. So let some of the energies of this puja go toward the safe transition for Shirley's spirit. And focusing your attention and your breath on your heart center. Feeling that divine presence within yourself. And remembering your sankalpa, remembering your intention for Navaratri, which you've established. That short statement for something that you are personally growing or letting flourish or healing at this time. And I invite you to again recite that intention to yourself silently 3 times. And then bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Let's open our practice by chanting Durga's single syllable mantra, Doom, 3 times. Inhale. Inhale again. One more inhalation. Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavistam Gitopiva Yashmade Pandarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi. Om Shuklam Bharadhanam Vishnum Sashivanam Shatobhijam Prasnavaranam Dayat Sava Vigno Pasantaye Jiganesha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guru Venama Jai Guru. Om Trayambakam Yajamaye Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Orvarukameva Bandhanan Mujur Mukshiyam Amritat. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Datri Svasvada Namostute Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jayabhuti Taharani Jaya Sarvagati Devi Kalaratri Namostute. Jai Ma Kali. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Skandamata Rupa Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. It's that power in the universe known as Skandamata. Reverence to her, reverence to her, reverence to her, reverence, reverence. So I invite you to join in with our mantra. Om Devi Skandamataye Namah. 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 Jema Skandamata Devi. So I invite you now to again close your eyes. Resume the deep breathing. And let the sound of our mantra and the visualizations of our story again guide your consciousness to where it needs to be at this moment today. Om Devi Skandamataye Namah. 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 Shema Skandamata. In the forest of time, upon the beauteous tree of the world hovers Kali Shakti, the divine humming bee, deep blue in hue, eyes spitting fire. The 6 legs of this bee are said to be the sages of yore, are the 6 paths to liberation. She is the embodiment of love, the source also of pain. Bestowing, withdrawing are her double deeds. Life is meaningful if this truth is seen. One interpretation of Kali's name is that it comes from the ancient Sanskrit word for dark. Another is that it is derived from the word for time, Kala. As the goddess of time, Kali's manifestations multiply as the seasons, as the principles of material reality, or as the stages of spiritual realization. In the view of reality that underlies Kali's worship, the cosmic male principle, Shiva, represents pure being that transcends all change and categorization. The female principle, Shakti, or power, is the aspect of the divine that manifests as the world, individual existence, and all the infinite multitude of forms that are subject to the relentless march of time. Time, Kali, is measured change taking place in space. Shiva. The image of the union of these two, as mentioned earlier, point to this truth. In the Kashmir Valley in the 10th century arose a system of spiritual practice known as Krama. Its greatest philosopher was Abhinavagupta, who was regarded as the incarnation of Lord Shiva himself. Krama philosophy regards Kali as the ultimate reality, taking 12 successive forms of manifestation known as the 12 Kalis, although Kali appears to take the form of all the successive manifestations of time and limited being in the universe. She is not limited by these in any way. It is her free play of consciousness that causes this manifestation and then releases it. Understanding Kali's progressive, perpetually moving nature is the key to reversing the suffering caused by attachment and the inability to flow. Through Kali, one approaches one's own true, unchanging inner self, Shiva, and is freed from the bondage of time. Through Kali, one conquers death itself. Renunciation's agonies form the stalk where black lotuses bloom in the lake of our hearts. Shakti in constant waves. Because of this beauty, our blind darkness is lightened, our deepest sorrows destroyed. Through the cavity of our hearts, the fiery serpent rises, blazing high. Our sky brightens and we float in breezes of bliss. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Vichye. 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 Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Om Aing Rim Klim 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 Chamundaye Viche. Jema. 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 And I invite you again to rest in a place of stillness and silence, integrating the energy of the mantras and the imagery of the story. Om Dom Durgaye Namah. 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 Om Sarvamangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadake Saranye Trambake Devi Narayane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sana Vavatu Sana Bunaktu Saviryam Kalavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha, Jai Guru, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Ma Devi, Jai Ma Kali, Jai Ma Skandamata Devi, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. So I invite you to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center, taking a moment to thank the Divine Mother for her presence in your life always. Giving gratitude to yourself for taking part in this continued practice. Acknowledging that you'll continue through the remaining of the 9 days. And be watchful for the subtle differences in your life, which will be the result. And slowly opening your eyes, keeping a relaxed gaze. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me again. And Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And I look forward to you joining me 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, where we'll honor the 6th of the 9 Durgas, Ma Katyani. Till then, namaste and Jai Ma. Thank you.